Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tartar Zone on this Sunday evening for the Girl in the Fireplace stream along. So we're just going to get straight into it because I did a 5-hour live stream last night, and I'm not in the humor of doing a big long stream again tonight, to be honest with you. So we're just going to get straight into it. Get you our episode ready because as soon as I bring on the guests, we're starting straight away. So let's introduce our guests tonight. So, firstly, we've got on the panel tonight, we've got Geek Union. Welcome.
Hello. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad, pal. Not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
That's good. Right. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. We'll move swiftly on. And we've got Scottish Stavros on the panel too. All right.
Hello, my friends. How are you doing tonight?
How are you doing, Dan?
Not too bad. Not too bad. And of course, well, I have sent out another invite. Obviously, we'll see if they get in touch with me. They wanted to be on for this, but we'll bring on our last and final guest, unless the other guest does show up. But our last and final guest, obviously, he's visiting planet Earth, and he's back here on the panel tonight. And it's a rabbi from another planet. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. How are you? I get the feeling everybody's like really hungover.
Yeah, like, I'm just really tired.
Hungover. Like, of course you're going to go 5 hours. I lived 3 hours in. That's when I saw the time. I was like, it's been over 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't finished, and we were only 3 episodes in.
I know.
We ain't getting out of this place anytime soon.
Sure, Cheryl read like a whole book in the time that we were still streaming, and she was on a new one. So yeah, actually, Cheryl's not well, so I have to keep it down tonight.
Sorry.
She's actually in bed. So yeah. So yeah, but I did find this TV station last night. It's showing V. It's showing Buck Rogers. It's actually showing Blake 7, Babylon 5.
You should be in the 1980s, Buck Rogers, right?
Yeah, it's called Forces TV.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's on for very EVU and stuff. It's on channel 94 or something in Farivia.
Rabbi Adam is in the chat.
Yeah, we have another person. I'm just going to send him the link, but I wanted to tell you first because he said he's coming at the end. Here we go. Cool. Just sent it. Thank you for reminding me. Okay then. I was going to say I'm rewatching.
And don't forget to
do
your giveaway as well, Rabbi.
Yep.
I'm a what?
Your giveaway.
Your competition.
Don't forget to do your giveaway.
Do you want to do the competition first?
Yeah, we'll do the giveaway first, and then we'll do the prize. I'll choose the prize for next week while we're watching the episode. Fine. Yeah. The prize, of course, is The Godfather. So let's have a look who applied to this one, and we're gonna go and close my eyes and highlight one name. It is Eastlyn Burkhardt. Eastlyn Burkhardt. She's very hardly ever listened. She sometimes goes live, but not always. But mostly she listens. So I will let her know. I'm really glad you won it.
And Adam is actually with us. Hey, Adam.
Hey, everyone. How are you?
Not too bad, pal. How are you?
How's you too?
That Dalton Rassilon there. I see. It's a pretty cool avatar.
That's my favorite Rassilon so far.
It's a good Rassilon. Better than the guy in the Five Doctors. He never really worked. He wasn't that scary. Did you ever hear the Big Finish Rassilon?
No. I've read about it though
He
on
was
the
pretty
wiki
good.
page.
The stories in wasn't very good, but he was very good.
I have to check that out. I've been meaning to get the Time War edition.
Just get in contact. I'll lend it. I'll lend it to you. I mean, listen. The Time War. I will go start with the War Doctor, and then like move on from there.
Okay.
I like the War Doctor.
Yeah, it's a good series.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like this really blessing of a whole season of John Hurt.
Yeah, it's really good.
Which we wouldn't have had otherwise. So like he's got for me, he's got as much presence now as Eccleston,
Yeah,
maybe a bit more.
So they didn't replace John Hurt. All the recordings are from him, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have to pick those up.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really
They are.
good.
So how was the live stream?
Long.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 hours last night.
Now, did you guys already do the girl in the fireplace?
No,
No,
That's tonight's episode.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought I was going to be late for that.
That's in the next week. We will be.
Oh, yeah, I want to-
Rise of the Cyberman.
Hang on, I need to talk to you all about next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Something's after coming up, as you know, as ourselves. I did say Gary was going to bring me on his channel. He's decided to bring me on his channel on Saturday at 7 o'clock. So what I was thinking was, I've cleared it with Ballstreck, so just obviously the rest of the panel to see if it's okay. So I was thinking we could move the Face of Evil to Sunday, and then we can do the next Doctor Who episode that we're supposed to do, the New Who one on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
No problem with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then that's okay, because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to figure this one out, and then I came up with that, and then I said, I think everybody be okay with that. You know, I can't turn down this opportunity. You're going on Gary's channel now. You know that.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal for the channel to be able
Right.
to go on.
Absolutely.
So,
I will say that's priority one. Really.
Yeah, the exposure there is going to be massive
yeah,
for your channel.
yeah. Very kind of him to invite me. I have to say. So yeah, I was delighted when he actually confirmed it. So it's all confirmed. It's all locked in. Saturday 7 p.m. I'll be on Gary's channel with a couple of other guests. I think one of them is going to be Ballstreck as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who else he's going to have on with us.
That should be fantastic. I love Ballstreck.
Mm.
Yeah, he's a great YouTuber.
So yeah, you know,
Good news. Okay, excellent.
it is. I'll be able to, I'll be able to even talk to it. I'll be able to tell everybody what it's like in the Doctor Who fandom right now.
Well, I didn't see, but I saw Gary tweeted that he was under attack by the J-Bots as well. Who are like they're going in their mind.
Yeah, they've lost the plot.
They gone. But listen. Anybody in the audience who is a J, who's very much into this season, listen. It doesn't matter. It's popular. It doesn't matter. If you like it, it's great. Fine. You don't have to convince us it's popular. We don't like it. We're never going to like it. We're not going to say, "Oh right, oh no." Okay. It doesn't matter if it's popular. It doesn't matter. It's not. Just by the metrics, it's not. But it doesn't matter that it's not. So chill out. It's okay. You go and enjoy it.
We will never bend the knee.
Well, what?
Oh,
We will never bend the knee.
We've never been. Well, I don't mind. Again, let's listen. If they like it, I don't mind anybody liking it. They like it, that's great. But it doesn't. I just it doesn't matter if it's popular. We watched Doctor Who pretty much all through the 80s, and it wasn't popular.
yeah,
And
exactly.
we all survived. you know, and it was fine. You didn't have to scream
Well, I
at
had someone telling me today that
really selling very well. And yeah, oh yeah, no, look at the merchandise. You're right. It's no, you don't. We didn't have to convince anyone. It's okay that
here, I'll give you a laugh. I'll give you a laugh. I'll tell you how it is in this fandom. Someone told me to leave Jodie Whittaker alone, and I said,
Oh,
right.
my
And I says,
God.
no, I won't. I says I could do what I want, right? Then they wrote back, no. Then I wrote something like, why do you like Jodie some or something like that? And they came back, I don't really like Doctor Who. I only start watching Doctor Who because Jodie Whittaker became the Doctor because I follow her career. I says, oh, typical. So you're not a Doctor Who fan. And she actually openly said that she'll be gone after Jodie Whittaker leaves
No,
the
see,
role.
for me, if you're a Jodie fan,
fandom, Arthur Whittaker and shit. It's all. They're all gonna leave. All the. Oh, I can't wait. I
Yeah, I
can't wait.
can't wait.
Not
And
all of them will. Some of them will stick around, because they think that they won't. No, they'll stick around for a while because they'll want to stick it to us for a while.
yeah, again, but who cares?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
We have
Well,
our Doctor Who, they can have theirs.
Yep.
yeah, enjoy it.
Well, all the fans that are attacking other fans right now, they're not fans to me. They're activists. This is a platform for them to get their message out, and
Yeah.
they agree with it.
Yeah.
100%.
It's not popular. It's okay.
Yeah, and it's gonna go down the shitter, and that's okay because that's what happens
Well-
when you support shit.
Well, if we're going off of the rumors that we got from Nerdrotic, one of the things that I think that was key in the report was that it doesn't look like they're going to retcon the Timeless Child. So I'm okay. See, Chibnall was an idiot when he wrote the whole thing. He just did it for political reasons. We saw that. He did it for to check the box on the what was it? Rabbi says the colors of Bennington. So that's what he did. But if you put some story behind it. So I've been thinking about the Timeless Child, and in a way that they could retcon it in the future. And the best way to do it is to basically say, okay, well, the Master destroyed Gallifrey. We get that. We saw that. But one of the things that was special about the Matrix on Gallifrey was that it was the sum culmination of every Time Lord mind that had ever been president or had been entered into the Matrix itself. Well, with all that consciousness and all of those minds, they would be able to form something, and I would say have it as Rassilon's failsafe for the Time Lords. So if they all got wiped out, somehow they would create a being that would be the sum total of the Matrix, and that's what the Doctor would be, is the sum total of every Time Lord that ever lived that was in the Matrix into life, was shot through a wormhole back in time, and then Tectanium picks up from there. But the Doctor isn't this being from another universe. He's every single Time Lord. Then you're back in canon. The Doctor is a Time Lord from Gallifrey, but he's every Time Lord that ever lived, which is why his form takes every different form, female, male, black, white, doesn't matter. Because then you've written something that, okay, now the fans can be like, oh, okay, we're okay with this now. It's not a diversity play or a virtue signal like they've done with all this dribble. But that's the only way I can see that it could get fixed.
Yeah.
And they should have used the Matrix, but they don't have a writer on any of their staff who knows how to do that. All they think about is, how do I get the next message out? How do I get the next diversity or virtue signal or leftist dogma out and write it into the show? But then when they do that, all you're left with is boring diatribe. And the ratings keep sliding. So I don't see it changing, but there's a way to fix the Timeless Child. If they're not going to take it out of canon, there's a way to do it.
Yep.
Well, the BBC are scared shitless to do it.
Yep.
The Twitter crowd will kick up murder, and then they'll be accused of being all the things that they've accused of us of being, all the phobes and you're sexist and you're this, that, and the other. That's why BBC won't retcon this. Being honest, that is the only reason, because I guarantee you, deep down, they do want to retcon this, because what we've all been told that deal with Doctor Who news and rumors and stuff, get source information, is that the BBC aren't happy with this at all. They're not happy with it. They don't like what he did, and they actually do want to retcon it, but they won't. They're afraid to, because BBC has been under scrutiny for the last few years, and they just don't want to do anything to rock the boat any further than what they are doing already with their news media. So, I mean, I don't know. The only way, look, your way sounds fantastic, but again, there's one problem. They're not as smart as you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's apparent definitely from the writing. I mean, it's ridiculous. These stories, I mean, they're one contrived plot point after another that leads to the next event, and the next event is just as boring as the previous event. Yeah. I mean, how many times did they sit in a shop having chips or drinking coffee and just having conversations about their feelings?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I want to go back to something that I remember Rabbi was talking about, and we were talking about the SJWs, and he was talking about on one of his vids. Don't watch the news. Just turn it off for an hour. When he was talking about a gentleman who wrote an article, I think it was on Screen Rant. But one of the things that gets me about that is if you see the pattern on what the left does and what they've done to my country, both countries, because I was born in the UK, so I consider myself dual citizen. Of both, since I was raised here in the U.S. But one of the things that gets me is the message they put out is your parents, your dad, your mom, your grandmom, your grandfather, they were wrong. Okay, they have racist beliefs. You can't believe them. So they're teaching the children this, and these children who've grown up now and are in positions of power carry on this dogma. But the way that the dogma has been put out there is that, now it's, well, you're white. It's systemic. The problem with you're racist just because of your birth, not because of any actions that you've done, but the past actions of people before you and your family. This is what they're teaching the kids. Your family are racist. Your grandparents are racist. They just don't know it. They may not be aware of it, but it's intrinsic into who they are. Now, what's funny with that and that whole policy across BBC and then it crosses the pond in the US is that a similar tactic was done back in the 1930s in Germany, but it was with the different people. So, I mean, their tactic they borrowed from the National Socialists of that time, and they're repackaging it and using it. But to tell you the truth, it's the same ideology that we saw rear its ugly head in Germany in the 1930s. And quite frankly, in America in the early 1800s or late 1700s when they had the Salem witch trials. If you drown, then you're a witch. And you should have drowned anyways. God's punished you. But if you survive, well, then you're a witch and use witchcraft. So now we have to hang you or burn you. It was you're condemned if you are, and you're condemned if you're not. I mean, and that's how they're treating people who are white and male today, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, it should be merit-based, not based on your race. And they've gone back to something that, quite frankly, Martin Luther King fought for was a merit-based system, not a system based on color. And now they want to subdivide them out. They want to say one person one race of people has more privilege than another, and then that carries over into Doctor Who and how they've treated the show. I mean, even going back to Capaldi having to punch the racist in England, back in the day with what was her name, Pearl Mackie as Bill Potts. I mean, why did you have to throw that in there? I mean, we know that there's a context to the era. Okay, I mean, you're going to do social justice in an era where everybody follows along that context. I mean, that was just ridiculous writing. That was Moffat doing the virtue signal for the BBC because he had to. I mean, you've seen interviews where Moffat even talks about how, the Doctor isn't left or right. It's for everybody. Well, that clip, that tells it all. That's how he feels. But the BBC's directive since 2012 when they came in, after the the sex scandals that had gone there. I mean, that's what precipitated them doing the diversity and inclusion strategy.
Yeah.
And then we see the result of that carried over into the programming. And well, the news, we know that that was far left anyways. That was Jeremy Corbyn's news division all the way. So, I mean, this is a cancer that has caused
Just like
the fandom to pull away. And it's not just Chibnall. Chibnall is actually the spokesperson for the diversity and inclusion strategy of the BBC. He believes it 100%, and so does Jodie. I mean, you can tell. I mean, the woman came in and said, yeah, I'm not going to look at any of the other doctors, and I don't need to look at them. We're going to create my own. We're going to start over because it's female. So I don't need to look back at what the men did because we're doing our own thing. So I don't know. For me, I think the next doctor is not going to be a white male. It may be male, but it would be somebody of color because they can't go back. If they do, then it's going to show that Jodie was a failure as the first female doctor. And then it's going to show that only, and the BBC wouldn't want to do that because they'll get backlash. Well, only a white man can play the role.
Well,
So they're going to have to show that they're still.
Can play the role. Only a man can play the role. Doesn't matter the skin color. But yeah, only a man can play the doctor. It's been proven. Her casting has been a disaster. It's done. It's not going to survive this era if they continue, which we know they are going to. So, do you know what? At this stage, I don't really care anymore. Don't care what happens to the show now. It can burn, crash and burn for all I care. These people don't respect it, so why should I respect it? You know?
Yeah.
Don't give a shit about it anymore. Doctor Who is dead to me. It died when Chris Chibnall took over. It's done. Done. Right.
Yeah, there's no way to go back.
No, there's not. Right, let's watch an era that was actually decent now.
Yeah.
Here's Rabbi.
yeah.
Right, we're gonna wait on Rabbi, but then we're gonna go straight into this episode. Right, I'm watching it on Netflix. I'm 10 seconds in. So if you're watching it on Netflix, get 10 seconds in and pause it.
Okay.
Listen, I know everybody. I know. We keep talking about this stuff, but obviously, it does have to be kept brought up because look, the other side. This is the one thing, and I'm not getting into a big debate. I'll just wait until Rabbi comes on. As soon as Rabbi comes on, we're starting. But I just want to say this: the other side keeps saying, "Well, okay, we get it. You don't like it, but why do you keep criticizing it?" Well, I'll put the question to you. You like it, so why do you keep praising it?
It's because we're passionate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how fandom works, you see. See, some fans will like something and they'll praise it. Some fans will not like something and they'll criticize it. And as long as Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall are there, I'll continue to criticize. And I don't care if some people think I'm repeating myself. These things have to be kept repeated because you don't listen. You just don't listen. You keep saying that we don't show any facts. We don't show any evidence. There's plenty of YouTubers out there that have, including myself. We show you the ratings, but then you come up with a spin. Super John, check your DMs on Twitter. What you call it? Like we show them evidence. It's there in their face, and they still have this warped vision. It's over. Doctor Who died when Peter Capaldi regenerated. And listen, I will agree with Adam. There was politics. You could see this creeping into Moffat's era, and Moffat wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. This is Moffat. Some people were blaming Moffat. It wasn't Moffat. You look at that video clip that Adam was talking about. Spot on. The Doctor isn't left or right. The Doctor isn't this, that, and that video. I even put it up on this YouTube channel for you. Right? This wasn't Moffat's design. That was BBC's at the time. But the difference is they actually have a yes man. Moffat could resist to a certain extent, because if Moffat hadn't resisted, trust me, his era would be a lot worse than what it actually is. it'd be a lot worse than what it is. So we're actually lucky that we had someone like Moffat there that was able to a certain extent, push them back. Because remember, Moffat did get very powerful. He got very powerful within the BBC because Sherlock had become a hit as well. So he was able to push back, whereas Chibnall is starting from scratch. Yeah, at the
Yeah.
BBC.
Yeah.
So he does it now. Obviously, some people have said he's gained power within 2 seasons. That's fine. That does happen, right? But he's not as powerful as Moffat ever was. But he does agree with them, so it doesn't make a difference to the BBC. He's not going to. He's not going to. He's not going to back down. We've already been told, even in Gary's video, he said it. He apparently they're not even going to ease up on this. What they've been doing, they're actually going to continue to do what they do, and it might even get worse. So they haven't learned any lessons. They just keep doing it and doing it. And as long as Chris Chibnall is there, this is what I keep saying to people: Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker are the focus now, but especially Chibnall. His writing is so bad. I mean, that's where all the YouTubers should be concentrating on. Chris Chibnall right now should have fans complaining about his writing all the time, picking out all these plot holes, doing videos, analysing his writing. There should be people doing videos like that. I'm no good at that kind of stuff. I just, with ideas, man, I throw that out there. If there's any clever Whovians out there that can do all that stuff, I'd say do it. Analyse his writing, show people why his writing is bad compared to the other showrunners. Right? His character development is very poor. It is absolutely horrendous. The Doctor has stood still. Yeah, Yasmin has stood still. Ryan has stood still. Even Graham, to a certain extent, has stood still. They all have. We got Super John. We're just waiting on the Rabbi. I've got a funny feeling Rabbi's internet is down.
Yeah, possibly.
So we'll give him a few minutes. But listen, I want to change the subject because it is the girl in the fireplace watch along. So I want to while we're waiting on Rabbi, I'll just get the whole lot is around the pan. So we start with you, Geek Union, then Daniel. Super John is here. Welcome, Super John, and Adam, and then hopefully Rabbi pops in then. But just have you any brief thoughts or memories of this episode before you watch it tonight? Was there anything in particular that you liked about it at the time, and something that you didn't like about it at the time? Because it'd be interesting to see how you feel after you watch it again.
I do like Mickey's growth within this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely from season 1. It felt like, he definitely grew on me as a character, and Rose wasn't as annoying in this episode. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode.
Cool.
But I do think it is overrated to some extent.
Sorry, Danny, go ahead. There seems to be a bit of a delay there or something. Everybody delayed or something. So just go, as soon as everybody just stops talking, the next person just jump in there.
Yeah, so like I enjoyed the episode. I do think though it's a bit overrated to a certain extent, but like the guest cast were good, like and good character development from Mickey Smith. Again, that's 2 episodes in a row that he's had some good character development. So yeah, happy with that, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing it again tonight.
Right, whoever's banging on that keyboard, do me a favor. Turn your sound off when you're using it. Now I know how people feel when I do it. That is annoying as hell.
Really is annoying.
So is that what I sound like when I do it? Yeah?
Yes, well,
Right, from now on, don't worry, I'll mute myself when I'm typing. Jesus Christ, man, that is bad. That is bad. But that sounds like good typing, whereas when I do it, it's like this.
Oh wow, yeah, it does come through like that.
I'm the exact same as you know.
Yeah, I know. I was never a very good typer, Daniel, to be honest with you. Right, where's
Yeah.
Rabbi? Come on, I hope he's all right. Hold on.
I sent him a message on Messenger, but I haven't gotten a response yet.
So it
I
must be.
can't.
Well, then he's on the internet because he has been getting work done. So we'll just give him a few minutes. Because I don't want to start without him really, but we might have
yeah,
to. Well, if it gets too long, we might have to. But like or rather,
yeah, I can only get it to go to 7 seconds in it. Won't let me actually move to 10 seconds for some reason.
no, you're worse. It's like two finger bashing. Ah, get away, you, Chris. You're fired. I'm only messing. Right, Super John. Obviously, carrying on for what Daniel said. Have you any?
Yeah, I love this episode. I mean, when the episode started and when the TARDIS arrived in the spaceship, I got vibes for to Doomsday. It was very like for to Doomsday with the TARDIS arriving in the ship, and it was Mickey's first time in a spaceship. So
Yeah,
it was like the Doctor was just like giving Mickey and Rose a wee bit kind of chance to explore and do things, investigating for themselves, and I mean, it was Mickey's really first story of traveling in space and getting used to the Doctor's adventures
yeah.
and Sophia Miles as Renette de Pompadour. She was actually David Tennant's ex-girlfriend. Then, no kidding. And it was I don't know, but I don't know if the kissing scene was real, and when they stepped out the fireplace and came around and saw Madame de Pompadour when she was older.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just an on-screen kiss or what, but overall, it is a good story, and also mentions the Doctor had a lonely childhood. Like, it's when the
Yeah.
Doctor was searching his mind, and it kind of, it kind of gave a revelation. Like, there's something more to the Doctor's childhood when he was a little boy. It was I think it was Moffat who was starting all this. He was starting something kind of interesting, but he didn't really kind of finish it. But up until Capaldi and Listen, it was discovered that the Doctor was a kind of like an orphan child, and he escaped to a barn, and he kind of slept outside the barn because he didn't like mixing with the other boys of this family. And then it's when Clara went into the Doctor's past and found out that the Doctor was just when he was a boy, he was alone and scared, and it was like that line from An Earthly Child, like fear is a superpower sort of thing. And it's great that Moffat tied up all that together. So it kind of falls back to the girl in the fireplace as well.
I just had to send in an invite to Father Miller, right? See if we can get Father on with Rabbi. So we'll have priest and a rabbi, two Scots, an Irishman, an American, and two English. No, hold on, I have to get that right. There's two Scottish, an
Yeah,
Englishman, an Irishman, an American, a priest, and a rabbi. That'll be some panel.
That's-
Right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. Normally, when I do, I'm after just inviting them on there. I said you're more than welcome to come on because we had him on before. I just wrote, "Hey, Father, we are doing Girl in the Fireplace. Want to join?" That's the way us Irish speak, just.
Yeah.
And Rabbi, if you're listening, pal, I don't know what the story is. If you're coming back, it never takes you really this long to get the internet back, so I'm kind of actually worried. Because he does live in Israel, guys, So I am actually worried.
yeah, I texted him on Messenger to ask him if he was okay,
Same
and just
here, same here, same here. No reply, and he normally does,
well, let's hope there wasn't any action that they needed to get
Yeah, that the
into.
power
Yeah.
went down. I'm not saying nothing happened to his house, but I mean, they could have cut out the bleeding power or something. Holy shit. Well, we'll give him a few minutes anyway. This is what I didn't plan this, though. Oh, no, he's back. He says, my internet is playing up. Go ahead and start without me. And if I can get back on, I will. No, listen, I'll wait for 5 minutes, man. Go on. Just try get in. I don't want to do it without you anyway, buddy. You've been with me from the very start of days, so it's become a bit of a tradition. So, yeah, well, I'll tell him all the way.
So, Noel, do you want me to put in my thoughts on the
Yeah,
Girl
go
in the
ahead.
Fireplace?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I gotta say, I'm thinking back to when I first watched it, and it originally they aired the new Who on Roku here in the States. It was on Netflix. They took it away from us now, so we don't have access to it on Netflix. But I can get it in other ways. But yeah, when I first watched it, I was with my ex girlfriend and my daughter was staying with me at the time. And I remember that because we had another roommate that was female. This episode in particular drew women in. It really did. I mean, both. I mean, I could see my daughter was wrapped up in it. My girlfriend at the time was, and I could tell that the roommate, because they had all watched the first season. They weren't big on Eccleston until towards the end. But when Tennant came in and we started to progress through, that's when they really got into Doctor Who. And it really became the Tennant and Rose dynamic that drew them in. But this episode in particular, because you had this princess, for lack of a better word, Madame de Pompadour running around. So you've got the frills, you've got the dresses, the pomp and circumstance. But then you have this spaceship that's been stalking this lady, right? So you have the mystery. And that was one of the great things about RTD when he wrote this episode was that he put in a mystery in there. Okay, there's something going on with this lady. You've got this weird spaceship, and then all of a sudden the Clockwork Men. Now that was something that actually gave my daughter nightmares at the time, which was funny because she was like 10, but still, they shocked her.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, the art. Those, I have to say, the tension is actually wrapped up pretty good in this episode. And I have to be honest, those Clockwork people, they didn't look, they weren't very. You look at your kid at night time, yeah, that definitely scared the crap out of you. I just would have loved them to be that age though, to be able to get frightened by them, but I could still appreciate how kids felt like that because I mean I grew up with Nightmare on Elm Street like most of us did and stuff like that, I mean Clockwork People is not really that frightening, but I suppose to a little kid it is. But yeah, I love this episode. I just love it. And we have to make a comment on Sophia Miles, obviously, who
Yeah,
played
yeah.
the Pompadour. Her performance is great as well, actually. And I think her and David Tennant had a bit of a thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. David said, yeah, man. I tell you, that chap did well, didn't he?
Oh
David
yes,
said,
he did.
with the women on who? What?
And
Jesus.
then ended up with Davison's daughter. I mean, that's just fantastic. I mean, the fifth Doctor's daughter is his wife. Talk
Right.
about keeping it in the
Well,
family.
we've got a bit of news for you anyway. Rabbi says we have to start without them because they're doing some infrastructure work in my area apparently, and it'll be up and down all night.
Oh.
Okay.
So he might. So this is the first one I've actually done without Rabbi being here.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it actually does. I said I didn't want to start without him, but
That's a bit of a bummer.
it
Yeah.
I
actually
always love
is.
the
But look,
rabbis.
you know, he wouldn't want us not to do it, so we might as well. And sure, he'll probably. I'm sure he's going to probably watch along, and I'm pretty sure he'll, if he can, he'll throw a comment in the live chat. Ah, that's a bit sad. Right, I'm on 10 seconds anyway, so obviously I'm the one that'll have to do the countdown. So if everybody is ready, let me know in the chat. I know everybody is. Everybody on the panel ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Now remember, if you're watching on Netflix, I'm 10 seconds in. If you're watching on your DVD, get to the very start of the episode. The very start of the episode.
Okay.
I'll do it, Kip. Don't worry. It's just I don't like doing the countdowns, but I like the others still. But I'll do the countdown. I'll have to just think of something funny though. Yeah. So is everybody ready in the live chat? Just let me know.
Yes.
I'm just going to check on YouTube real quick because I have it up actually just to check the chat, make sure everything is good, and it is. Chris is there doing what he does best. Derek is there as well with him, so that's great. So we've got two lads that are no nonsense that'll take no crap, so that's good. Right, are you ready, folks? We are right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's me? Just get me remote. Okay, because it'll be stupid if I do the countdown and I don't press bleed and play. Right, are you ready? 5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Cancel me. And we're off.
Here we go. Great episode here, guys.
Now, just remember, guys, if you are watching on your TVs, don't have earphones in. Please make sure that the volume is down. The last time we did the last one, there was a little bit of sound, and YouTube wouldn't monetize the stream. So I have to insist because it's already bad enough that YouTube limit every stream that I do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's. I don't know what they're at. I don't know what they're at. No, it's just started, Lee. You literally, we're at the part where she's just screaming to the doctor now in the fireplace. That's the part that we're at.
Apparently, this house is actually haunted. If you watch the confidential of this episode.
Yeah, and she's a great actress, no.
She
Well,
is
to
a
be
great
honest.
Yeah.
She is. She's a great actress, yeah. I actually tagged
I
her in
remember.
the post. I was hoping that she might retweet it or something, you know, because she didn't get involved in the official one.
Alright, I thought she did.
No, she did. Well, she didn't because David was there, and you know yourself, it
Alright,
wouldn't have looked good with the missus.
yeah.
Why is my earphone so low? These are me
I
big
like the old
earphones.
intro.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Very
there you go.
nostalgic.
I love the way Mickey says here when he looks out the window, and he goes, "Oh my God, it looks so realistic."
Yeah.
It's funny because there's probably green screen or something.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you might be a couple of seconds ahead of me here.
How
Right, so they're
what?
looking at the computer.
What device are you on, Adam?
Well, I'm on the part where he's looking out the window right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, he's just at the saying it's so realistic. It doesn't matter, even if you are a few seconds behind, it doesn't matter. People will still know what you're talking about anyway.
Yeah.
But 26 years watching, do me a favor, don't forget
Yeah.
to subscribe to all the channels, including Rabbi. I'm actually bummed that he's not here now.
Yeah.
I
How?
always stream Rabbi. It's become a ritual on this channel.
Yeah. Guys, become your sidekicks. You're like the anti-dick of YouTube.
That's it. That's it. I'm being honest. When I first saw his channel,
So who's the doctor and who's the companion?
yeah. When I first saw his channel, I thought, oh my god, he's mad. Rabbi, like, I thought, oh man, he is crazy. But I love these videos. I never thought the chap would ever talk to me, to be honest with you, but just goes to show how kind that man is and wonderful that man is. It doesn't matter what people say about you, he's the type that will go and get to know you himself, and he'll always give you the benefit of the doubt. Even with the trolls, he gives them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Here was the thing that I'd
Yeah.
never understood about this scene, right? So the TARDIS can translate French,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But why is she speaking English? See, if this
Is
scene was
that?
true, no, but listen to me. If this scene was true, we would actually have the English subtitles up. She'd be speaking French, and the doctor would say, the doctor would be able to translate himself because obviously, you know, he can understand it and they can understand it. But you should put it up on the screen, make it more authentic. That well, they're basically see where he said they were speaking.
Yeah.
See,
something
I don't like
Yeah.
that. I've never liked the TARDIS translating.
Yeah.
I would rather them say, yeah, the TARDIS translate, but don't want to see it on screen. Speak the language that you're supposed to be speaking. So she's supposed to be French. Let her speak French.
Yeah.
I mean, they put
Like that.
translated the letter that he reads at the end from French into English. Like
Well, that would go for the Jejun too when the Jejun speak.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait.
Okay, so
They
here's
do
the
have
part.
but they do have that yoke, that contraption that changes.
Yeah. The voice changer.
I need a sonic lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do I. If you ever see one, let me know.
Okay.
That would be cool.
Someone says, I'm reporting this channel for hate speech.
What the
Go ahead, report the channel all you want. The channel has been mass flagged already. I've already alerted YouTube. My channel's still up, Tinkerbell. So get out of here. Actually, no, hold on. I'll do
What?
one there.
What is hate speech? Define it.
Yeah, they never have anything decent to say, or nothing comes out of their mouth that's actually relevant.
Of course not. Hate speech is whatever political ideology I don't like.
Because
I
I
think
don't
that's
like
the
an
answer.
actress in a role, and because I actually resist to the changes of the show, that's hate speech, apparently, Adam. You know,
That's so subjective.
I know, it's ridiculous. And remember, the media started all this when they came up with the term trolls. And as soon as they did that, that was it then. These fans start using the term trolls. We aren't trolls. We are fans, and we have every right, just like you guys have every right to praise this era, we have every right to criticize. That ain't hate speech. But let's get back to the episode anyway. This part is fantastic though.
Yeah. I'm
I think
sorry.
this is the one where it made my daughter jump.
Yeah, she's a good actress. She definitely looks like she's. Did you? Here, yous will get what I'm saying. Yous will get what. what I'm saying. Just remember as a kid, you'd be in bed some nights and you'd wake up suddenly and you couldn't move because you thought there was someone under your bed. Did you ever get
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I got that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's a scary thing.
It was the cats with me. The cats used to hide under the bed.
Oh Jesus.
I think that's what Moffat does well.
Yeah,
Now, I think it's funny. The doctor can look into the girl's eyes and tell that they've been scanning her brain.
Yeah.
this is just such a killer of an episode.
Mate. Oh, I love that.
I couldn't see Jodie pulling this episode off at all.
Oh
She
no,
No,
that's off.
She can't.
no, she's
No,
oh, the
definitely not.
one, no,
I'm
face.
sorry. Listen. It's not because I hate the woman. We need to get that clear, right? Percy speaking, I don't think she is a nice person. But besides that, I'm talking about her acting. And acting wise, she just doesn't have the acting chops. She doesn't. She's a level above a soap star, right? You have to be better than that to play the role of the doctor, right? Every other guy that has played the role has elevated it, has done
Mhm.
something with it, and has brought its audience along with them. She has done none of that. None of that. And I don't care. Look at the Bots can keep saying about the fact that she was told not to research Doctor Who. I'm sorry, if you're an actor or an actress and you're given a job, you wouldn't handicap yourself, even if your boss tells you not to do it. You wouldn't handicap yourself. You would go and you do the research so you're best prepared to do the role. And even our rhetoric when she first got the role, she had to come out with something decent instead of saying, "Don't fear my gender." If she had to come out with something like, "I know yous are all a bit worried, but don't worry, I'm going to give it 110% and I'll do yous proud," something like that, it would have went down better than what she actually said. So
And then she came on with a video, and she's
yeah.
just
Yeah, exactly.
slating all
Oh,
the
there's
people
Sophia
that
now. Oh,
were
look at the pompadour.
ah.
She is beautiful. Don't care.
Yeah, yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at his face. I think he was genuinely there, right there. He was genuinely.
Yeah,
Her father only recently died during lockdown, at the start of lockdown.
all right, I never
Uh,
knew that.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
She's a great actress. I've seen her. What else did I see her in?
And the Thunderbolts movie, she played the movie, and she played the movie, Lady Penelope in the Thunderbolts movie.
Yeah, I heard she was good as Lady Penelope, but I heard the Thunderbirds
Yeah,
movie is crap. I won't watch it because Thunderbirds to me is those puppets with the strings.
yeah.
Wasn't she in Blade as well?
Yeah, I think
Or
she
like
was
something like
actually
that.
teaching.
Was she in what?
Blade. Like one of the Blade movies.
Yeah, she was. She was one of
Yeah,
the. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
So one of the things that I remember fondly about the RTD era is that yes, the Doctor was played asexually to a certain extent, but when you see Madame du Pompadour, give him a big snog up against the fireplace, he resists, and then all of a sudden his arm goes behind her back. He pulls her in, and he's enjoying it. And then when she leaves, you could see the look on Tennant's face. Like, I was enjoying that. Where are you going? Right. So, I mean, that gave you, okay, so the Doctor can be broken down, and then his, I guess, for lack of a better
Yeah.
term,
There he
animalistic
is.
side, his nature will come out, and then he was enjoying it. So Yeah, I mean that started to creep in. Yes, I know some people in the classic era they don't like the Doctor, having relations with some. But I don't know. For me, if it works, it's okay. I don't like River's song. That was okay, but I don't know. I kind of wanted him to take on Madame de Pompadour uh, a companion
I think
later on
Yeah,
in
everybody did at the
the
time.
series.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
she was
everybody did at the
awesome.
time,
I
to be honest.
wanted that to
Yeah.
happen.
But
I
even
think
though
that
the
would have been
music is quite
fantastic.
funny in this, right? Even though the music is quite funny in this, it becomes sinister then when they see because, yeah, the heart.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you could
eyeball
definitely
as
tell
well.
the tone in the music as well.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's actually a good score from Murray Gilda. Again, I just don't love him as a composer. He's fantastic.
Yeah,
So Chibnall basically stole the idea of dinosaurs on a spaceship from RTD's horse on a spaceship.
Yeah,
The heart. Ow.
it's because he's untalented. That's why.
yeah.
Every-
Because he's not. It's because he's not getting an original idea in his brain. He has to borrow from other people.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
exactly, Dan. Exactly.
yeah, exactly. He's taken just about everything that you've seen in those episodes from somebody else who's already done
Yeah,
something within Doctor Who. I mean, the Cyber Time Lords. That was done in a comic book 2 years before he even did that episode in the Timeless Children. That was in IDW Publishing,
Yeah.
or was it Titan?
I think you were right the first
Uh,
time.
It takes place after Hellbent, and it was a Capaldi comic.
Yeah,
yeah.
The gentleman that played the prince in here, he did a pretty good job too.
yeah. The whole cast were out again.
They had some good, yeah. That's something I'd definitely say about the RTD era. They had really good casting.
Yep.
Yeah, but the reason why they did was because everybody could see how excited RTD was. And, even from Series 1, he was able to pull in some big names. Absolutely fantastic. His enthusiasm, I strongly believe if anybody else had tried to bring back Doctor Who in 2005, it wouldn't have worked. It had to be RTD.
Yeah.
We had so many connections as well, and being a fan as well, he was able to rope in during his era some of the classic cast that would have played different parts and incorporate them into new. See, he was very
Yeah.
clever like that. He didn't want to disrespect New Who too much, but he did pay little homages to New Who. And that's the way you should, or the classic Who. That's the way you should do
Yeah.
it. If you're a new showrunner, you pay homages to the classic era, but you never really go in
Yeah.
and disturb it like what who has done.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive him for that.
Yeah. He's a twat.
Well, see, RTD would do a good job of reining in Moffat because Moffat had these tendencies to go off on tangents, which
Oh,
we saw
yeah.
later when he took
Yeah.
over. So they worked well together when Moffat had kind of a collar or a leash on him to
Mm-hmm.
pull back on RTD. Hey, wait a minute, come back here. You're going off on a tangent.
There, yeah.
But with with when Moffat was working with Chibnall, I mean he didn't do anything with his. I mean you saw the episodes. What was it, 42?
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
awful.
Dinosaurs on the spaceship. The one with the cubes.
Yeah, the Power 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Power
Power 3. I mean,
Three.
those were boring episodes.
Yeah.
You know, for me, the dream team of Doctor Who would be RTD with Moffat involved. With Chibnall, he didn't learn a thing. He didn't contribute anything, and Moffat really didn't guide him. Although I will say, under Moffat's tenure, Chibnall's writing was better than when it was under his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could stomach 42 more than I could any episode. You just pick one out of season 11.
I can't pick an episode out of that series. They're all bad episodes.
Well, at least with 42, you had Martha and the dynamic with her trying to save the Doctor versus the other way around. So they kind of flipped it a little.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, I enjoy Arthur Jones in that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martha was a good companion.
Yeah.
But
The only thing I didn't like about Martha was her being in love with the Doctor after she said that she doesn't go for aliens and only goes for humans.
Yeah.
That kind of
Yeah.
annoyed me.
are those like custom made T-shirts that Mickey and Rose are wearing?
Yeah, but that's how it's still.
Here's this is where she calls him the Doctor then. For the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah, that's I did that here.
I never understood that though.
How
A door open can be stepped through on either side.
Yeah, she sees into the Doctor's childhood.
yeah, this is an interesting scene right here.
Now,
I
this
think
is
that,
done right. With
Yeah,
Moffat.
but the reaction of Tennant, I think the motivation that RTD told him was that now you're even more intrigued with this woman because she can read your mind, and he got that across on screen. You felt like the Doctor was really interested in Madame de Pompadour after that.
Here it is. Lonely childhood.
yeah,
Oh.
this episode is just so good.
Look at his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just as this era, to be honest with you, I miss it so much.
So, but Moffat was trying to say that the Doctor was an orphan.
Yeah,
That he was a very lonely child.
Oh, by the way, I seen a thread on Facebook about Ruth's Doctor and where she might actually fit in, and
yeah,
where she actually might be pre-Hartnell because the Fugitive of the Judoon apparently was on the anniversary of the brain of Morbius.
oh shit.
Now, this guy that comes up with this theory is because Chris Chibnall has actually come out and said that he's been thinking of this thing since a kid. They reckon that the fugitive Roots reveal as the Doctor was deliberate, and that this is how he's basically trying to tell us who she is in the line of things. So according to this theory, she's pre-Hartnell because obviously the episode was dropped on the anniversary apparently of. I didn't know that, to be quite honest with you. So, but yeah, and do you know what? In some weird little way, it makes sense, but it's just Chibnall being stupid. If that's what he's thinking, that story development or a story arc, well, then that's pathetic, mate. Not all fans know when, especially the J-bots,
Yeah.
they don't know when that episode originally aired, that story aired. So come on. I don't think that is that's the theory anyway from someone, but I doubt it. I'm just saying it does sound interesting, but I would say bullshit because yeah, Chris Chibnall might be that clever, but the fans that watch this era are certainly not that clever. So and they don't even know that Doctor Who even exists before Jodie Whittaker.
See, I don't think the Timeless Child is the Doctor. I think it's Omega. Because Omega was the one that discovered the time travel experiments
That would
Yeah.
be interesting.
and built the first
Uh,
TARDISes.
Yeah, but you see, that's actually too smart for it.
Aye,
There you
That's
go.
actually
John Coogan actually
too
makes a
smart.
spot on point there. I haven't seen him in the chat in a while, so I'll put his comment. Well, he has been in the chat, but he's at the fixing his avatar. But he's at the putting up a great point there. Brain of Morbius means nothing. If Jodie didn't remember the pre-Hartnell regens, then how did they appear on screen in the brain of Morbius? Exactly. Again, John, you're clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
See, when I watched that Reign of Morbius, I always thought that those faces that were shown were Morbius himself, not the Doctor.
Yeah,
I mean, it was plain. It was obvious that was Morbius fighting back. The Doctor was showing his regenerations. Morbius was showing his previous
I
incarnations.
agree. I agree. But Adam, these fans have latched onto this, and the people that support Chibnall have
Yeah.
latched onto this, and they're not
Yeah.
budging. They've actually made it canon. So now
Yes.
now that Chibnall has actually said, well, this is what these faces are. They're taking it as 100% now. They don't care that it was never really back in the classic era or wasn't. Either way, we weren't told whose faces they were. It was kind of left to the. It was left to the audience's interpretation, I think. But if you look at it, I mean, it doesn't take if you interpret it the way most
Yeah.
people have interpreted it, the way you've interpreted it is exactly right. That was the faces of Morbius and not the Doctor.
Yeah.
These because Chibnall has said that these faces are the Doctor now. It doesn't matter that argument. They won't even listen to that argument. They keep, like there's no talking to them. It's like talking to a brick wall.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, that's what these SJWs do. They twist history to conform to their new reality.
She looked well there.
Hmm.
Didn't Philip Hinchcliffe come out and say that these were Morbiuses? And they weren't?
Yeah, I seem to remember he did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
I
thought it
think.
was a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because it was only in the Docker again, these fans they're like,
Yeah.
well, because it wasn't in the it wasn't. But by your logic, then you can't say that they're also the Doctor's faces because it wasn't. It wasn't said either way. So,
You know,
I just love when Doctor Who was less complicated, and when it was just about the stories, like the stories we're watching now. I mean, look how clever this is. So Rose is about to explain to Madame de Pompadour what the story is, and clever writing.
I gotta say, it was good seeing Billy Piper in person at the Comic-Con.
Oh, so you do get the opportunity to actually meet Billy Piper?
Yeah, I got to meet Billy Piper son to my daughter. My daughter was a huge fan. She actually gave her a hug when we got in for our picture. And then I was standing
Oh,
on
cool.
the side. And she pulls me and she says, "Come over here, sexy." And I said to my daughter afterwards, I said, "Did you hear that? Billy Piper thought I was sexy."
Good man.
Mother will never live that down.
Good man. That's it. But she is a nice looking woman. I was doing a video and I wanted to pick pictures that wouldn't cause any offense because people do get and they'll call me a perv even though like she's nearly the same age as me, but still I was careful with the pictures. But I was going through some of our pictures that she's done on fashion shoots and stuff. And I tell you bloody something over the years, like like she still has the same face, but she's just I don't know. There's just something. There's always been something about Billy Piper of like she's
Yeah, she is.
the fact that she's an honest girl. The fact that like she was with a multi-millionaire. They divorced. She could have bleeding took half of his money. After the divorce because he was at fault. She decided not to take any of his money. She took none of it. And she's gained an awful lot of respect in England for that because normally when celebrity couples split up, the wife will get half, and the wife it's always she's a gold digger and all this. None of that with her. Her and Chris Evans split up. They're good friends even to this day, and believe it or not, she's very good friends with Matt Smith. Very
Is
good
she?
friends with Matt Smith.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, they
never
were
knew
in.
that.
Watch me Billy Piper video, Daniel. Man, there's photographs that Daniel hasn't been watching my videos. Cut him out now. Cut him out now. I thought I was your number one.
Exposed.
Exposed. I did a Billy Piper video, Daniel. You should check it out. I know you've been busy, pal. You know I'm only pulling your leg, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
It was Diary of a Call Girl or something where her and Matt Smith were together.
Oh yeah, because they had that Ian Diary of a Call Girl, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chris Evans was much older than her when she married. I don't know. She's married again. I know that. I don't know what her new husband is like now. But Daniel's revenge for forgetting him all the time. I don't forget him.
You do actually, you do.
Shame on you, Daniel. Oh, they're all turning on you, Daniel. Murray with the score really knows how to pull the heartstrings. Yeah, at the end of this episode actually does get me emotional. I've been emotional the last 2 days anyway. For anybody that doesn't know, Republic of Ireland or ex-Republic of Ireland boss Jack Charlton, an Englishman that came to Ireland in the 80s. We were all suspicious of him. He came, he changed the face of Irish soccer, put us on the map, got us to the World Cup in Italia 90 to the quarterfinals. We got beaten by Italy, who ended up going on to actually win it, I think. So we got beaten by the world champions. What you call it? We were lucky. We only lost 1-0, but he changed the face of football. He died only yesterday. So yeah, it's another part of my childhood gone. Well, it's not. I still have those memories, but you know what I mean. A living part of that childhood is gone. So Jack Charlton, Bobby Charlton's brother, World Cup winner with England, both of them in '66, as you know. And one of them came over here, became an Irishman, an honorary Irishman, we might as well say, became one of us and changed the way we look at football in this country. So we owe him a lot. So yeah, I've been very emotional over that because it's another part of me. Yeah, I don't know what it is lately. I've been just getting very emotional. It's not like me. I'm normally like, I don't let things get to me at all. But lately now, just little things like that been getting to me. Just like, how worse can 2020 actually get? Every day.
Yeah. 2020 been a bad year.
Tell me that. Say that again. 2020. Let the 2021s go. This special effect was crap though.
Yeah.
And actually, if you slow it down, that part, if you slow it down, you'll see it's a stunt double.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about the mirror?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he crashes out of the mirror, pause it as the horse is crashing out of the
Yeah.
mirror. It's actually a stunt double.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
watched a lot of the Tommy Tiernan show.
yeah. Tommy Ternan's is great. Yeah. Do you watch his interview show that he does, or do you watch his comedies, his stand up?
Actually, it's the interview show.
Yeah,
He's great on the interview shows. I love like
yeah,
Call Meany. He was on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
yeah,
I was watching some of those videos with him, and I love Tommy. He's funny. He is
yeah.
hilarious.
The
He's a
thing
good
about it
Irishman.
is, he doesn't do this show. It's basically right. You know the way when you go onto an interview show, the host would, he'd have a detailed profile of you. He'd do all the research, and
Yeah.
then he'd say, well, in this one, Tommy Tiernan has decided to throw that all out the window. So for this show, he does no research. They don't tell him what guests he's bringing on until the show actually starts, and then he has to just interview them. And it's actually very good. But Tommy Tiernan's stand-up comedy, if you haven't seen it, Adam, is actually quite good as well. You'll love it.
No, I didn't know about that. I'll have to check that out as well.
Yeah, yeah. He's a stand-up comedian. He just got a show hosting, but he's always been a stand-up comedian. He's probably one of our greatest exports here in this country. He's a great comedian. His comedy is brilliant. In his younger days, now he was a bit of a drinker, so his comedy is kind of very loud and a bit like Lee Evans. If you like Lee Evans,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
well, if you
I
like
love
Lee
Lee
Evans, or
Evans.
like Tommy Tiernan, Tommy Tiernan's kind of like an Irish version, a bit more toned down, but it's more Irish jokes and stuff. But it's funny. He rips the piss out of us, and he's ripping the piss out of himself as well because he's Irish. But like, it's so bloody funny. Now, this is where Rose realizes, and this scene always resonated with me. This is where Rose realizes, right? If the Sarah Jane school reunion didn't make her realize, right? This did. Made her realize no matter what,
Yeah.
the doctor will do what he does, and if it means leaving her behind, it means leaving her behind. Because he
Yeah.
did that not knowing
Yeah.
that he was going to get back. Remember that he didn't think, he didn't hesitate for 2 seconds. So maybe the doctor, see, this is the thing. That's why I don't buy at the end of this, where where he's about to say, I love you, but he disappears, right? I didn't buy that because he would have ran off with Madame de Pompadour. Adam is right.
Yeah.
It would have made sense as well, though, because you could see that his doctor fancied her. And then Mickey brought up when he was with Marilyn Monroe as well. And we do know Queen Victoria, or no, Queen Elizabeth the First.
And River.
And River. So I mean, look, I didn't buy that. That's why I never liked that romance element because I just didn't buy it. I bought this, and I wouldn't have minded this, but I
Yeah.
still think the Doctor shouldn't be in a relationship with anybody anyway. But if they're gonna do it with Madame de Pompadour, would have worked, and then kill
Yeah.
her off. Then maybe 3 or 4 episodes down or whatever, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah.
Well, and it would have been nice to see somebody from the past, not current day Earth, that was traveling with the Doctor, like the old classic series would do every
Yeah.
now and then.
Yeah.
And Jamie McCrimmon, you know.
Well, they're doing that for Series 13, according to the source information I've been getting. So, a male companion from the 1920s era, gay, by the way. I've been told to make sure that I put that out there. Yeah, so he's got it. I don't know why they make such a big deal whether they're gay, straight, or bisexual. I don't care. Once he's a good companion, I don't care what he is. He could be a tree for all I care. If he's a good companion, he's a good companion. You know what I mean? And then apparently there's going to
Yeah.
be an older woman in the TARDIS as well, but we don't know much about her.
It sounds
And we
bad.
still won't.
Ah, it's going to be woke as shit, man.
Yeah.
Come here. Chris Chibnall is not check. Listen, until Chris Chibnall is gone, right? See, here's the thing. Chris Chibnall agrees with everything that the BBC want to do. We have to hope that the next showrunner that takes over is not so inclined to just shove all of this in and will say to the BBC, well, hey, listen, I know you want to get some messages across, but this is how I'm going to do it, and this is how I'm going to put it across. You know what I mean? And it might work, it might actually work. But if they get another yes man or yes woman, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So we're not out of the woods yet. As someone said, this is what needs to happen. There has to be a complete regime change at the BBC. And that's not just Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker. That's upstairs. That's Piers Wenger, his bosses. The whole lot need to go. Every single one of them need to disappear and a new crowd brought in. We need new board of directors. We need new people with new ideas. And when I say the other board needs to disappear, I don't mean in any sinister way. By the way, just put that out there because there'll be someone that'll pick that up and think, oh, he's after wishing all the board members. No, all I'm just saying is I wish they'd step down, disappear, whatever. Don't care. You know what I mean? Just go. He's messed up big time. It's funny how Doctor Who has been destroyed, but the rest of their shows seem to be doing okay. They use Doctor Who.
Doctor Who has a decent audience around the world.
And look at this. This is what we're missing. This is what we're missing right here. And this scene with King Louis is actually heartbreaking.
Yeah. By the way, this had me years last night, this scene when I watched it back.
He played this part well.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Yeah, apparently King Louis in real life was devastated when Madame de Pompadour died, actually.
Yeah.
And the Doctor's slow stride. That says it all. I mean, Tennant was a great actor. I mean, he could pull off subtlety. Subtlety is what Chibnall is missing.
Yep. Absolutely.
This is the Tennant I like. This is the Tennant I do like. This serious Tennant. This is the Doctor that I always wanted him to be. I wanted him to be this Doctor. Like, more serious. I didn't like his jokey Doctor. This is the Doctor that I love. These are his best episodes. Midnight is another one that I love as well because it's serious. It made him a bit too much of a clown. I'm sorry, but
yeah, you get a wee bit more jokier towards the end.
But I love this. He just puts it in his pocket. Ah. Wow.
Yeah. And then the voiceover when he read it, that was powerful.
Yeah, and then when the Fireplace goes out as well, that's just, yeah. And Mickey knows here. This is what I love about Mickey here, right? Because he susses what's happening here with the Doctor and he just gets Rose out of there.
Yeah.
Watch.
Here we go. Now it's time to read the letter.
She knows herself, but she just...
And it's heartbreaking. I mean, you could see it in the Doctor's face.
Yeah, he's heartbroken. I know. And the worst thing is he knows he can't go back because he's already been part of our timeline and he can't do that again. And Murray Gold's story is perfect. You're right, Bad Wolf, Andrew.
Didn't somebody do a sequel to this at some point? The Doctor went back or was that Big Finish?
Yeah, I think it was Big Finish, Adam. Oh,
I don't know. Is Big Finish canon or is it everything's canon because nothing is?
Exactly.
Wow. And that's what Doctor Who is all about. And that's how you hit someone emotionally with Doctor Who too.
It
You know.
connects to the character as well because you can see that it's really telling a big picture here. The
Yeah.
character
Yeah.
and the emotions.
And this bit at the end when the TARDIS goes off is very clever as well. Because for anybody that still didn't suss it out, this was right. Well, then, if you don't suss it out now and if you don't get it after this, well, then you never will. Yeah, they were dating.
I think that's the one thing I wasn't sure of. Did the doctor figure out the name of the ship and put the two together before he left? I don't think it showed that. It showed it to the audience.
Yeah, good point, actually.
But we never find out if the doctor knew that or not. Oh, here we go.
The TARDIS
Yes.
And that's next week.
Yes, the Cybermen. That's exciting. I was excited to see that.
No, I am excited because this is this. Look, I'm not a big fan of the Cyberman design. I have to admit, but this is a sinister episode. This
Yeah.
two is sinister as hell. Oh, and he's
Oh,
brilliant.
I can't wait to watch this again.
I'm telling you, we're being spoiled here.
Well, because that sets up everything that happens at the end of season 2, which is, well, I gotta say that was probably the best thing I've ever seen because I've never seen a Dalek and a Cyberman go at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to be honest with you now. I remember at the time being as
That
excited
revealed that
as
it's a
you,
Dalek.
but I was disappointed. Obviously, I was a little bit. I was disappointed because, you know, I just. I think the two-parter for series 2 is actually quite. The end is actually quite weak, to be honest with you. Personally speaking, I'm not. It's not. It's not. I'm not. No, I'm not a fan. I have to be honest. I like a few things. I like a few things that happen in it, but other than that, it's no. Actually,
I'm not
no.
a new Cybermen.
The part 2 that I liked was when Rose's mom and her father from the alternate when they see each other.
Nice.
Listen, that's brilliant. No, no, listen. I love all of that. I love the fact that Jackie's character and Pete's character, they got that resolute because we wanted to see those two ever since we seen these two episodes that are coming up. We always then after that wanted to see those two together. See, that was another thing that RTD was very, very good at reading as well. He understood his audience and he'd listen to the fans, and this be on a lot of fan forums. We'd love to see Jackie and Pete back together, and it happened, and it was beautiful. I just didn't like the whole part where Rose was willing to leave her fucking mother. Like that kind of still rubs me up the wrong way. Still to this day.
Yeah.
Other than that, no, there's a few things. No, that whole scene. Listen, listen. The scene at the end where she's following his voice, and they have that scene at the beach, and that I love you crap. Yeah, I say crap. Yeah, exactly, because that's what I thought of it. Crap. Don't be doing that. No, the fucking Rose fun. Get away. Get away. It made no sense. Yeah, it made sense her being in love with him, but not her being in love with her like that.
Yeah.
So that's me issue with it. Like I could understand her love for him because you could see it, yes, but not him for her because he was Sarah Jane comes back and he's all over her. Let's be honest. Okay, nothing in that way would happen with those two, but still, Sarah Jane came along. Rose was pushed to the side. Madame de Pompadour, and we see it later on in the series. So it makes no sense that with him having feelings for her. No, no. No. Sure, he was closer to Amy than he was ever to Rose. It just doesn't make sense to me. So for me, yeah, the two-parter at the end of this series, I'm actually not a fan of. I prefer the series ender to series 3. That's brilliant, and obviously Series 4. Then I love that series ender, but yeah, I'm not a fan of this series ender.
Yeah.
I think the first couple are not great. Even the in Series 1, I actually don't think that resolution at the end is great with Rose coming out of the tower. I think it was a bit of a cop out. So yeah, not a fan, not a fan. Right, I'll get you our ratings, and then we'll finish up for the night. Um, so we'll start with you, Geek Union. What would you rate this episode out of 10 tonight?
Probably for me, like an 8.5 or something.
Right.
Simply because, like I said at the beginning, I do love this episode. I do think it's a really good episode. But I
Right.
do think it is not overhyped, but how can I say it? Like people praise it, yeah, overpraised. There you go.
Right. So
I do think it's overpraised a
you're not
little.
saying it's overhyped, but you do think that
That's just
people
my
overpraise it. It's a bit like Blink. People overpraise it. I think that is overrated, actually. Yeah. Yeah. When we get to that, that'll be very interesting. Listen, I love Blink. Blink is a solid, great episode for the Weeping Angels the first time we see them. It is, right? But for people to say that it's the best Weeping
Yeah.
Angel story,
Yeah.
and all, it's not. It's not. It's up there. But I think the two-parter with Matt Smith with the Weeping Angels is so much better. I'm sorry, it is with River and all in the episode, and Karen Gill and Flesh and Stone, and what was it? Time of the Angels, is that what it's called? Yeah, that two-parter is much better than Blink. I'm sorry, Blink is okay,
Yeah.
but it's not the best one, and that's overrated as well. So I get what you're saying. Yeah, overrated or over bloody talked about or whatever, praised, whatever you want to call it. That's another one there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I want just quickly, right? So you given your rating, just briefly. Has your opinions on this episode changed since you first seen it? Have they? Have your opinions like? Do you feel any? How do I put it? Is there anything that
Well,
you didn't like about it that you liked about it a lot? You know, because there might be something that you liked when you first watched it, but now that you've watched it now, something that you didn't like about it, and then obviously is there something that you didn't like back then, but you like now after watching it?
well, like I said in the watch along, I didn't understand the whole Renette reading the doctor's mind, but then Adam said about what she actually said, and it made a lot more sense now watching it now than watching it
Yeah.
like 14 years ago, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. No, I get you. I
So
get you.
yeah,
Yeah, with door opens
Yeah.
and you can walk through either side or whatever she said. I get what you're saying. Actually, the whole fireplace thing with me, I always felt was a little bit of a cop out as well. The fact that she moved the fireplace from her bedroom to the palace was the reason why it was offline. And even though it's a bit of a stretch, I do accept it. But how has me? It's still. Do you know what? Still, even after 14 years, you said it still doesn't sit right with me. I'm sorry, it doesn't. I just think that was a bit. It does. It doesn't make sense. He smashed the mirror, so even if that fireplace, it doesn't make no. It doesn't make sense. It still doesn't to me. It might to everybody else, but I still think that was a bit of a cop out. Maybe I'm just too I want everything to be spot on.
you're too negative now.
But, yeah. See what I mean? These people think that I only criticize. There you go. Proof. There's little things that annoyed me, Jordan. RTDs. But I don't know. I think there is a bit of a cop out though. Well, what? Because you moved the fireplace from one place to the next. That's why it was offline. It just seems a bit there. So you put this wire back together, give it a bang. There you go. It's back online again. No,
Mm.
bit of a cop out. Bit of a cop out. But it was one of those things. I will have to say, I have accepted. It's the same with that line in Christopher Eccleston's series where he says everybody lives. I've never liked that either. I've never liked timey wimey, wibbly wobbly, that crap. I've never liked that either because to me, if you say timey wimey, wibbly wobbly, right, to me, that is you not being able to explain something. So you use that to explain it. And that's lazy.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe I am militant. Maybe I'm way too
Yeah,
militant. But I don't
yeah.
care. I want Doctor Who to be the best that I can. And if that's a crime, well, then I'm guilty. Right, so that's me done. I've done my analysis, but I'll give it. I'm giving this one a 9. It only gets that mark dropped off for what I explained. So that's it. That it's a 9, and both the actors, but all the actors and actresses involved, uh, 10. I thought Noel Clark. Noel Clark is great in this, but he's better in the next one. He's better in the next one. The next one is where you see Noel Clark's acting range, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And he's actually a very good director. I've watched all of Noel Clark stuff when he was the adulthood movies and stuff. I've watched them all. He's a legend. Great director, great writer. Do you know what? I'd even put his name forward to write a story for Doctor Who. I'd have no problem with him writing a story for Doctor Who because it's at least I know with him he'll develop characters. Because if there's something that he's really good at, believe it or not, Noel Clark, and if you haven't checked out his stuff, check it out. Check out the stuff he's directed and written, right? And watch him. Watch the way he writes and he directs. He knows how to develop
He has
characters.
actually written.
What?
Yeah, he has actually written a story for Torchwood.
Yes.
He has written a story for
Combat.
Torchwood. It's like back in series 1, I believe. It's called like Combat or something. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's it, Dan.
Which one do you write?
Combat.
And that wasn't a bad story. Yeah.
In season 1?
Yeah, Hero Combat.
Yeah.
On the show?
I think it was like
Yeah.
episode 11, I think it was.
Yeah,
Episode 10?
episode 11 Combat.
Yeah.
Remind me what that one was again. What?
That was a cage fighting episode with the evil. Evil where he steps into the cage and he fights the evil.
Yes, that's the one where
like the Fight Club.
what's his name goes a bit mental.
Yeah, Owen.
Owen goes a bit mental and starts fighting the Weevils, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Owen. Yeah.
yeah. He wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he wants. Yeah, because he's obviously died. He's died at that step. Actually, we should do a few Torchwood watch-alongs. But listen, I wanted to ask all you folks now in the chat as well. Obviously, we're going to be doing other stuff. This interview being on Gary's channel now will give us the ideal platform now to move forward with the channel. So, if there's any TV shows that are out now that you think that you would like to see me review, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. If you want a few positive reviews, you can give me shows, obviously, or movies that you obviously think are good, and I'll review them. But if you have any suggestions, because obviously we'll keep Doctor Who to the weekend, and obviously if we get any news about the current series, I'll obviously drop that. But the channel will have to move on because we'll stay stuck in the corner. Yeah, I know. I knew. Gonna see that Lee straight away. Lee, what did I tell you? It's on YouTube. We'll watch it. I'll tell you what. I'll try convince Rabbi because I know you want Rabbi to do it right. If I tell Rabbi that I'm gonna do it with him, he'll probably do it a lot faster. Try squeeze it in somewhere. We can even do it on my channel if you want to. We'll do Blake Seven, but I'm talking about other shows as well. Like, is there any classic shows you want me to review other than Blake Seven, or is there any new shows that you want me to review? Remember, me and Rabbi more than likely will be doing Picard season two because we already did season one, and season two has been confirmed. I think so. It is happening. So we're going to be doing that as well. So any other stuff you want me to do, let me know. Right, that's me done. So I'm gonna shut up now and let the rest of the lads tell me what they thought about tonight's episode and give their ratings. So we're with Daniel now, I think it is. Yeah, I better not forget
Oh,
Daniel or he won't watch me videos. Go ahead, Daniel.
yeah. Well, yeah, I enjoyed tonight's episode. I'm going to give tonight's episode a 9.5. Partly because, like, I do like the majority of the episodes, but for me though, I would actually like to see my Adam de Pompadour become a companion, as we've said. So for me, because we didn't actually get that, and I felt a bit cheated by that. Take I have to I have to take a, point point five of a mark off my score, so 9.5 for me. And the guest cast was exceptional.
Yeah,
Aki Smith again was fantastic. He gets some good character development here, and oh, kill arc for no arc for first first runner.
yeah, I would second that, and I did get your private message. Sarah Jane Adventures is something that I'm actually going to do. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to check now on Wednesday because I have to go into the city centre on Wednesday, and I'm going to see if the box sets are available in the second-hand shop, which they more than likely CEX or places that do DVDs. I have seen some Doctor Who ones there, so I'll check and see if I can find it. If not, I'll just buy it brand new because I actually want to get the Sarah Jane Adventures.
That's awesome. No, I enjoy it.
So I'll get it. Because and then when I get it, then I will because to be honest with you, all I've ever seen is just the clips. I've never actually sat down. I think I watched one episode. I remember years ago. And that was it. I knew,
I,
I knew it was kind of aimed more at the kids, and I think that's what kind of, because at that stage I was, I discovered alcohol and women and
yeah.
you know other stuff. So I was busy doing my thing. So yeah, I'll give
Weren't
it
we
a
all,
go.
mate?
I'll give it a listen. I'll give it a go, and then we'll do panels on it. Yeah, I'll do Sarah Jane Adventures as well. Don't worry, I want to do Torchwood as well, actually, because I think Torchwood would be a good one to do as well. Because I know Torchwood is a bit controversial. As someone says, secret diary of a call girl. You want me to do the Billy Piper show as well? Oh, I see where you are going with this, lads. Um, Yeah, as I said, just keep bringing throwing those suggestions. I'll have a read in the chat as well later on to see what suggestions you come up with. But yeah, as I said, anything. It doesn't always have to be sci-fi either. It can be comedy. It can be drama, cartoons. Even if you want me to do cartoons, I am a fan of cartoons. But if there's a particular cartoon please want me to review, I'll do that as well. And then, of course, we'll still be doing, and I'm going to be doing a lot more because I do need to start doing it again. I will be doing a lot more articles reading out articles of stuff that annoys people, because we used to do that a lot, and I've concentrated on the panels so much that I've forgotten to do all the other stuff that I used to do. So we're going to be getting back to doing that as well. So as I said, yes, Saturday is a big opportunity now for the channel to get some exposure and hopefully introduce myself to the fandom menace. Because remember, most of the fandom menace listen to Gary. So it's going to be yeah, I'm a bit nervous, I have to be honest. It was like when I went on to Ballstreck's channel, it's a big deal. But the fact that he's going to be there with me kind of helps me a little bit because, I'm used to having them on here now, so it won't be, I won't be as nervous because it'll be grand. Yeah. Well, I have to admit, I am a little bit nervous because it's a big deal. So I'm looking forward to it. Right, I'm going to stop waffling on about what's happening on my channel, but don't forget to subscribe to the other guys' channels, and we'll get what Super John now is next. Daniel and Geek Union. Before I actually get to you, Super John, sorry, briefly, Geek Union. Anything coming up on your channel?
Well,
Hold on,
well,
Daniel. I said Geek Union first. Hold on.
No, let Dan go first. Let Dan go first. He's in the middle, so let Dan go.
All right, okay, right, all right. Go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead.
well, I've got a couple of, I've got obviously the panel with you, but also I'm going to be back on Bill Bonnet's channel for the 7th Doctor appreciation stream, and I might actually have a channel update stream where I announce some of my big finish reviews. I think I might do that in Thursday so that I don't kill Ash with any of your streams now, because I
It's
like
grand. As I said, look at Daniel. I
uh,
don't mind if streams clash with other streams. At the end of the day, people can go and watch the streams whenever they feel like watching them. That's the beauty of YouTube. So listen, if you have a stream planned for a certain time, do your stream. It's not as I said, people will watch live or they'll watch later on both of our channels. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Listen, I streamed one night, not a word of a lie. I streamed one night when Gary Ballstrick, Doomcock, Random Mecca, and a load of others were streaming. I literally had 5 people watching me, but then later on that night the views went up. I don't care. Look, it is great to have people here when you're live, but if they're not here, I know they're gonna watch later on. So don't ever worry about streams clashing. If you have a stream on at the same time and it happens to be on the same time as me, stream, and I say that to everybody. Stream. Sure, Blue Bonnet does it. It doesn't affect her stream, and it doesn't affect my stream. So don't be worrying about that. I hate the way you worry about things like that. Just do your own thing, yeah.
yeah.
And don't worry. You don't worry about other YouTubers because if you start worrying about other YouTubers, trust me, because that's what I used to do at the start. I won't start my stream because they're streaming, and I was like, but it doesn't make a difference. They're all gonna if people are watching me, they're gonna watch me. If they're not, it doesn't. They'll either watch me live or watch me later on. That's the way I look at it. So yeah, don't worry about going live at the same time as me. If it happens, it happens. Jesus, as I said, I went on one night and there was bleeding 5 of them on the same time as me, and 2 of them normally don't stream at that time, but it was because they had different guests on. They came on at that time, so it can happen. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Right. So Daniel's is streaming with Blue Bonnet and he's doing his own stuff as well. And check out his channel, guys. Geek Union.
Well, for the next few weeks I won't have anything going on my channel because, as you and Daniel both know, I got taken into hospital a couple of days ago, so I'm taking it
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
But I think the first thing that's gonna come back to my channel is you and Mega Geek, and hopefully Problem being to do that cancel culture stream that I said about last week. I think it was.
No problem.
So
And as I said,
yeah,
anytime. Look,
that'll be in the week of the 20th.
no problem. As I said, anyway, just let me know the day, the time, and I'll just, if I have to move stuff around, I will, and I'll just pop on. Because I should make more of an effort anyway, to be honest. Um, you know, because I do get invited on to some streams, and sometimes it'll be streaming and said, but I'll start moving stuff around. It doesn't bother me. Because I can stream any time now at this stage, to be honest with you. I've built my audience up enough. I don't really have to go out on the set days that I've set now, which is good. You know, when you first start off, you kind of do, so people are reminded. You know, but now I don't, not as much, which is great. So when you get to that stage, it's bleeding fantastic, to be honest with you, because you can relax a little bit more. You know, well, you don't want to relax too much
Yeah.
because you relax too much, then before you know it, then you're left behind. So you have to be on it all the time. But yeah, listen, get well soon, man. I was sorry to hear that, man, when you, because I got a message obviously off Geek Union. There's obviously a couple of years on that channel, is there?
Yeah, there's two of us. There's myself and there's my co-host or my cousin, I guess. Yeah, so there's two of us running this channel.
Right, yeah. Because I think it was your cousin that got in touch with me, wasn't it, to let me know what was happening, or was that you yourself?
That was my cousin.
Yeah.
I was in the hospital at that point, and I didn't have the
Right.
Wi-Fi, so.
Well, there you go. Geek
So, yeah.
Union channel's there for you, guys. Daniel's channel is there, and that brings us on to Super John.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Good man.
It's probably the one of the last of the best episodes of the series too. I mean, from there onwards, the rest of them go downhill. I mean, you've got the two Cybermen stories. You've got Eddie's Lantern, and you've got Fear Her, and you've got Love and Monsters, or which Love and Monsters isn't my favourite one. So
You forgot the Satan Pit.
Oh, the Satan Pit. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone likes that.
Planet. That's that. They have to come up as well in this season, so they haven't come up yet.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
yeah,
forgot about that one.
yeah. So
then
those two and the rest, I would agree with you. Actually, I do agree with you. I actually like the two old ones. Oh, it's two, isn't it? Yeah, it's a two-parter.
Yeah,
Is it? Yeah, it is a two-parter. Yeah. I do like that two-parter, but
Yeah.
I do agree with you. After that, then I agree, because I don't like. I'm being honest. I wasn't a huge fan. I hope my opinion has changed now when I watch it again this time round. But I don't know. I'm still not a fan of the 50th, and that's still, that's been a long time now. Well, not a long time, but it's been a few years now, and I'm still annoyed over that one.
Well, I can tell you I wasn't a fan of the Love and Monsters. I mean, that night I was getting ready to watch that episode, and I thought to myself, what the F was this?
I actually love that. That's my guilty pleasure, that episode.
I was really angry with that episode.
No, seriously, it is. That's my guilty pleasure. Of all the Doctor Who episodes that are bad, that's my guilty pleasure. Love and Monsters.
Yeah.
I have to say, the part at the end is a bit creepy. I will agree. But man, and Linda, the band Linda. Oh, I think it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It wasn't Peter Kay. I have to be honest, and he does say it himself. I wish he had been used better. Because Peter Kay, for any viewers that don't know, he actually can act. And he's a comedian as well, but he does have acting chops. He was in a show called Phoenix Nights for years, so he has the acting chops. It was just when he played Mr. Kennedy, he wasn't bad. It's just when they turned him into that bloody Feckin'
Absorbaloff.
Zorbalov. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
Zorbalov.
it was a wee bit kind of corny. I mean,
Yeah,
absorbing people and just their faces popping out of his body, and I mean, it was a bit kind of
yeah, I know. Well, that, but I have to be honest now. You're gonna, if I get me camera fixed in time, you're gonna see the smile on my face during that one and bouncing me head along to the music as well. I love it. I just love it. Look, I know it's a bad episode, right? You know I have taste. You know I know good writing, right?
Mhm.
The writing's not bad in this. It's just Peter Kay and the whole thing around it, and then the slab at
Yeah.
the end that I didn't like. But the rest of
I,
it
I think,
wasn't
yeah, I think
wasn't
Peter
too bad.
Kay himself didn't like it.
What?
I think Peter Kay himself didn't like it.
No, he didn't. He wasn't a fan.
No, no.
Oh,
He thought because he was getting into Doctor Who, he thought it would have been a better role,
yeah.
more jokey, and he could crack some more jokes and that, but couldn't.
Well, if they ever, I mean, he played an alien. They put a wig and all on him and a fake beard. I mean, they could easily bring him back in the future, um, and give him a different part and actually let him redeem himself. Well, it's not even his fault, but I mean, he could redeem himself in other people's eyes. I don't think he really needs to, but I just think it was the wrong role to give him. To be honest with you, but um, I'd give him another chance anyway. I certainly
Yeah,
think I'd like to see Peter Kay back in. I mean, loved Matt Lucas, um, and Peter Kay is another comedian that, if used properly, in Doctor Who, could work. So yeah, I'd be up for that in the future. Is there anything else you would like to add before we go to Adam? And Adam has
yeah.
actually made
Uh,
some great suggestions in the
well, I gave
private
it
chat
a
as
9 out of
well.
10 for that episode. It is a really good episode, The Girl in the Fireplace, and it does, the opening does kind of remind me of Four to Doomsday when the TARDIS lands on the spaceship.
Yeah,
But it is a very good plot. I mean, to think about it is that spaceship is basically has portals to every bit of that of Madame de Pompadour's past, and these portals you could go through these portals to any point in time in her past, and that it was all linking up to her being every part of her was there to build up that spaceship, and it
yeah.
was linking to the past and the future. So that was quite good. Well done.
Thank you.
No bother.
Fantastic. And we go to by the way, just before Super, do you want anybody to subscribe to your channel?
Yeah, you can subscribe to my channel. I will be putting more stuff up on it eventually. I'm just thinking about what I could actually do with it.
Yeah.
Well, I could just post the wee odd video here and there, but I was actually thinking of doing toy reviews or something like that. Something, like,
Why not? Yeah,
yeah,
I'd watch your videos if you're
yeah.
doing toy reviews. Someone sent me. Actually, I just have to give a shout out. Actually, so Ducky Duck, that you seen yesterday in the live chat. It's someone that I actually know. They just go under different names. But they sent me a photograph last night. Um, Now, as you guys all know, one of my favorite film franchises of all time is Back to the Future. And the one thing that I've never been able to get a hold of here, or being able to afford, to be quite honest with you, is a DeLorean. I got sent a photograph of being sent a DeLorean all the way from Australia with a Doc Brown and a Marty McFly and two Batman figures. And I'm like, wow. I'm like blown away. Sent in the post already. Like, from Australia.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, this is a person that has been supporting me since last year, believe it or not. And obviously we've been like talking a lot. So we actually have each other's addresses. But texted me last night to let me know that they've sent me something over, sent me the photograph and all, and I was like, oh, holy man. Oh, by the way, I haven't shown you the Doctor Who poster that I received from this person as well because the camera is broke. I can't actually show you me Tom Baker retro poster that he actually sent me from Australia as well that you can't get over here. You can't get this poster over here. And it's a retro poster, Tom Baker. And I can't show you because my camera is broke. I will see if I can throw a photograph up later on when I throw Ted to bed. I don't mean actually throw him to bed. You all know what I mean. But you know, people take literally think as if I'm throwing him. You know what I mean when I put him to bed. So yeah, I'll see if I can take a photograph. It's a big poster, so I might have to put it on the floor, spread it out, and then take the photograph from a height to show you. But yeah, I'll plan on sticking that up as well. A Doctor Who T-shirt as well from Australia. And this person's been thrown in super chats as well. So I just want to say the kindness of some people out there. It's just look, the world's a shitty place right now, but there's some people out there, human beings, who just go out of your way. I mean, we spoke about Back to the Future a few weeks back on this channel, and I was talking to you about that car and saying how much I love that car and the movie. And I don't even think they were in the live stream, but they must have watched the live stream because how else would that explain that they went out and got me a Back to the Future car or known that I love a Back to the Future car unless they actually watched. So I want to say to Ducky Duck, they don't like me giving their real name, so I'm not going to give their real name. Do you want me to keep their identity? But I just want to say, live here in front of everybody as well, even though I've said it to you privately, but I want to say it in front of everybody here. Really appreciate it all. I was actually blown away last night. I was actually in bad form last night before I went to bed. Actually, not bad form. I was just really depressed because I was looking over old videos last night of Jack Charlton, and I got a bit weepy. I got very emotional, as I said last night. But this guy sends me the picture and just turned me whole mood. So thank you, and I really do appreciate everything that you've done for me and my wife as well. There's other stuff that he has done that he doesn't want me to say, but I just want to say everything that you've done for me and Cheryl. Really appreciate it, and you know, and all you other guys out there as well that send your love to me and Cheryl. We really appreciate it. Seriously, I wouldn't be doing this now if it wasn't for you guys because, to be honest with you, I would have thrown the hat in last year after Series 11. And not because of the fans, but because of the show. Um, but because you guys stuck around, stuck with me, and were here to pick me up on me dark days, because there has been a lot of them lately, let's be honest. Um, you know, as I said, I wouldn't be here. So thank you guys as well. Because without you, this channel is nothing. Remember that. Remember that. And I do know that. And I will keep reminding myself of that because I don't want to get, you know, I want to remember that it's you guys that make me the channel, you know, make this channel the size that it is. It's not me, it's you guys. So I want to thank you very much. And Alpha Omega with a $10 super chat says one more for the weekend and support Jesus, Alpha Omega. Just you don't need Alpha Omega is at this all weekend. Listen, just leave me. I'll tell you what, right? Because you've given the £10 super chat. Tell you what to do. Write me a message there, right? Not super chat. Write a message there and give me a brief review of this episode and your rating, and I'll read it out for everybody there. I think that's the least I can do for you. And I'll actually throw your super chat up on the screen as well. So there you go. Right, so Adam gets the final word. So Adam, your thoughts overall on this episode. Obviously, it's ratings, and is there anything? Has your opinion changed on this episode? That's the question I should have actually. That's the question I did ask you guys, but I've gotten it in my head straight now instead of doing it right. Is there anything different about this episode? Have you any different opinions of this episode since you last watched it, or is your opinions pretty much the same?
I'd have to say my opinion's pretty much the same from when I first saw it. Not a lot's changed. I mean, it was a well-written episode. For me, it's an 8 out of 10. So I definitely agree with Lee Anthony Davis there. And I'm sorry. I can't read the name of the other person here in the chat with us. I got Geek Union. We've got the Scottish Davros. I'm sorry. What was your name? I just can't read it.
Super John.
Super John. Yep. I agree with him. 8 out of 10. There were a couple of things that could have been done better. I mean, it's not, for me, a 10 out of 10 has to be that blockbuster episode. Because if you're going to set the bar, you might as well set it high. So 8 out of 10, it's not a bad thing. It's just, it wasn't that epic episode like Journey's End. You know, I mean, when you had the whole cast, former Doctor companions all come together fighting Davros, at the end of season 4. I mean, that was fantastic. So that would be a 10. But this is an 8 out of 10 for a single one-off episode that doesn't tie into anything else down the road. It was a good episode for what it was. Well written, well acted. Daniel, I mean, you've hit the nail on the head. The casting was very good for all the supporting cast. I think it was a great episode. And you're right. Going into the rest of the season, and I hadn't thought about it, but there are other episodes down the road before you get to the 2-part finale that were just not my favorite episodes at all. I mean, Love and Monsters. Love and Monsters to me, coming from my perspective, because I want to get back to that, is it's like Train Spotting, but in Doctor Who. I don't know why I get that vibe. It reminds me of Train Spotting. I mean, I think it's all the running around the buildings and the back and forth. I mean, there's just something about that reminds me of that movie with Ewan McGregor and they were running around the buildings. I mean, it just has that feel to it. But I would say a solid 8 out of 10. Definitely have to disagree with Charlotte Shields there and Bad Wolf Andrew. I don't consider it a 10, and I'm sorry, guys. But it's an 8, maybe 8.5 for me at the most. But I think that's still high.
No, that is a high score. You are right about the episodes coming up. They kind of dip in quality a little bit. He does look. Moffat, RTD does. You can see it. I'm not going to sit here and say that his era is perfect. It's not. It does have its problems, but the thing about it is that it still is consistently good. Even though these episodes mightn't be the greatest episodes that are coming up, they're still pretty good. They're not boring. There's still something going on in them. It's just you don't like certain things that happen in them, and that's why I don't like them. But it's not because they're bad writing. It's just he had a good run on every shot. Look, after series 4, you could see it was time for him to go, but he didn't. He should have went after series 4 anyway. I think season 2 he goes through that mid slump. Obviously, then we get that finale. Series 3 is a favorite of mine, but if you look at it, compared to the first season and say midway through the second season, it doesn't recover until series 4. Then series 4, then we get the big series. That's the best series anyway of New Who, in my opinion, is series 4. That's where then he hits the ground running again, and we get to that big ass finale and it's epic. As you said, that's what you want, those epic finale, and that was epic. So yeah, I've always said that about RTD's. I think he did go through a bit of a patch even during his era, but again, it wasn't because the episodes were bad. It was just, there was just certain things in certain episodes that just didn't work. And even in hindsight, he's looked back himself and said there's some things he wish he had it done differently himself. So he even knows himself. So yeah, I mean, compared to Moffat, he's far more consistent. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, season 2 does take a bit of a dip until we get to the Satan pit. Oh, not the Satan pit. The impossible. Yeah, it is the Satan pit, isn't it? And the impossible.
Yeah, those two. I love those two.
Yeah, because then we get back to the real scary kind of air. Because it is even the music and that the atmosphere. The fact that there's a black hole right outside where they are. It is like they build up the tension quite nice in that, and any episode that has the devil in it. Yeah, I love it.
That's got to be my favorite two-parter from the RTD era, it particularly because it hits so many different levels of horror. You had a little bit of comedy. You have this camaraderie. The characters, everybody on the station, you don't meet them and you don't stick with them for too long, but you feel like you know them because the characterization is so well done. So well done there. RTD on his worst day could beat Chibnall on his best any day of the week.
I agree. And that's sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's sad. Yeah.
That's where we've gotten to.
Exactly.
Take the worst episodes of RTD in Doctor Who, and they're still better than anything that's the best.
I said, you get any episode of the Jodie Whittaker era and put it up against any episode gone in the past. And I don't think she'd win many. Actually, I didn't want to actually say that she wouldn't win any because, with the you would never know on a poll nowadays. You wouldn't know if it was rigged or not. But if it was 100%, you just got the fans and the public to vote on it. I don't think she would actually win any. I don't think any of her episodes would be any of the episodes, even the so-called ones that we call mediocre. No, it's because of Chibnall though. His writing is just so bad, but she doesn't help either. See, you can get someone who's a great actor, and the writing then ends up being bad with Moffat. Moffat, it ended up being bad with Peter Capaldi because they wanted more politics in his writing, and at that stage, I think Moffat had just kind of lost himself. Series 10 now. Look, Series 10 gets stick, and rightly so. But but in saying that, it was a high for Moffat to go out on. Series 10 is probably the closest that we'll ever get to having it back to the way RTD had it. It had that classic feel about it. There was none of this, he kind of stopped the fairy tale crap in this one and just went back to basics with Series 10. And I think Series 10 is actually good. I don't actually think it's that bad. Yeah, I know it has its, it's a couple of scenes in it with the politics and stuff.
Yeah.
But look, that was to be expected. But it's the way Moffat does it that it didn't bother me. Like, look at that racist scene why was that put in? We know why it was put in, but I did love the fact that the Doctor knocked them out. I'm sorry, but I did love that part. I loved it when he knocked them out. All right, we know there was racism back then. They didn't even have to actually, make a whole big deal out of it. But this is the way the BB's gone. So he says, okay, then if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna smack a racist in the face. So yeah, I was okay about that.
Well, see, the way I looked at it, I mean, the Doctor would have done that for any of his companions if they were getting derided by somebody and made them feel bad. He was going to step in and take care of them. Whether it was a racist or it would have been somebody doing something sexist, it could have went that direction and it would have been the same reaction. I was expecting that. I'm okay with that. What I don't like about season 10 is that every single episode you've got basically Bill. I'm a lesbian. I'm a lesbian. I mean,
Yeah.
every single episode. I don't know if that was a mandate by the BBC or what, but it got old because you couldn't watch them back to back. You couldn't binge watch without getting this feeling. Okay, every episode they have to introduce her as being a lesbian.
Yeah.
And even when it was playing on TV, I'm sure every week, and they came back. Oh, that's right, Bill's a lesbian. If I didn't hear it this week,
No, I agree with you. That was
I
the
would have
one. Yeah,
forgot.
I agree with you. That pissed me off big time.
Yeah.
But within that, there were some good stories, and I mean, look, fans at that stage, like we say, we're fed up now, but if we really are truthful to ourselves, let's be honest. I think by the time Series 10 had came around, we were already kind of done as a fandom because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capaldi was being messed around anyway. And
Well, yeah, they split up his seasons.
yeah, and
Yeah.
just it was just all ridiculous. So
But no, you were right though. You were absolutely right. The end of that season of 10 was horrific. It was spot on. It was 100% of RTD era, the best of Moffat. I mean, the Cybermen, the ship,
mm,
that was fantastic. I will say that. I
yeah,
will say that. 10 is not my favorite season, but the ending, oh my God,
yeah,
the two-parter.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I
Wow.
mean. I mean, there was still something there. Go ahead, guys, because after you finish up there, we're gonna finish up because Ted is doing me head in now because I think he needs to go. But I already brought him down before the stream, so I don't know why he's acting like this. But he's sitting up, pressed upright against me, so that only means one thing. It means wee time. Yeah. Hold on, Ted. Right, I'm in the middle of a panel, right? You know what the story is, right? I already brought you. Why are you looking at me like that for? Oh, he puts this. Do you ever see Puss in Boots?
Yeah.
Do you ever see the scene where Puss takes off his hat and does those baby eyes
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
sad face? That's what Ted is doing to me right now. Seriously, when he doesn't get his way, he literally starts crying. Don't you, Ted? Right, but yeah. Oh, he actually just put me off there completely now, Ted. I don't know what else I was going to say, but we'll give you as the last word, right, guys? Listen, I think that's it, really. I think we've covered everything anyway, haven't we?
Yeah.
So solid. What we might have said the average was what 9.5. So that was good. Next week, as I said, we're gonna push it to even now. Listen, obviously we've done the trailers already before Rabbi knew that I was going to be on Gary's channel. So the dates are going to be wrong, right? So even when I put the trailers up, remember that they're going to be shown a day later. So the classic one is on Sunday,
Yeah.
and the new Who one is on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. So next week it's classic Who. It's Face of Evil. That's the choice of Rabbi. So that's what we're doing, and then obviously we've got the Cyberman. We've got the first part. Obviously we don't do the two parts, but we'll see about that because if we're going to be streaming on the Monday with this one, Rabbi might actually have a little bit more time in his hands, so we might be able to squeeze the two in. If not, obviously then the Saturday after we'll be back to normal. But yeah, so I'm glad everybody's okay with that because it was actually a bit because like I do think about what you guys would actually think. So when Gary said to me Saturday, my heart kind of sunk because I was like, oh man, and it's exactly the same time as the watch along. So I said, simple solution, I'll just move them. So that's what I'll do. So
You should
yeah,
have known what our answer would have been. It's Nerdrotic, man.
yeah.
You
Well,
can't miss the
listen,
Right.
opportunity.
that's it. You don't, yeah. That's it. Can't
Well,
turn
I'm
this
only
off.
I'll
God
be able to
knows,
watch
I
it.
never get. Well, go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
I was gonna say I'll be able to watch the Saturday live stream when you're on with Neurotic. Sundays are my only days off. I work 6 days a week, so that this is only the. So if you do the classic and you want me to visit on the classic for the live stream, I'd be available next Sunday for that.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
put you on that one because obviously you're gonna miss the other one, the cyber. Well, you're not really a particularly good fan of that one, so you'll be fine.
yeah.
But we will bring you on for the classic stream for that one. Yeah. So we'll just
Okay.
swap you around as well. Yeah.
That'll be great. My
And,
first classic live stream with you guys.
nice one, nice one. And we've got a super chat sticker or super sticker by from James Dawson 149. Of course, I have to go into YouTube, mate, to check it to see what super sticker you sent me because StreamYard still hasn't figured out when you get sent a super
A
sticker.
unicorn.
It's a
It's a
musical one.
unicorn.
Oh, unicorn. Cheryl would
Yeah.
have loved that. Cheryl's a fan of unicorns. So thank you. I'll tell Cheryl that you sent her a unicorn. There you go. Thanks very much. Here, we'll whack your super chat up before we go. There we go. Right, guys. I think that's it. Does anybody want to add one final thought before we go? Because I literally have to go. I did a 5-hour one now. I was only supposed to be on for an hour. We're already on 2.5 hours now. So, I'm going to end up dead if I don't stop. So, does anybody want to add anything before we leave?
I do.
An absolutely fantastic episode.
Great episode. It's one of the best.
It is definitely one of the best of this season.
Oh, Cheryl said she only popped in to see the rainbow unicorn sticker. Oh my God. Oh, she must be awake. I must have kept her awake. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. Right, I better go anyway. But yeah. Listen. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. No.
I just wanted to say I had a fantastic time with you guys. Great episode. Looking forward to your next live streams. I'm not on YouTube. I may be doing a channel, but it won't be until after October.
Yeah.
But if you want to see my stuff, it's on DeviantArt. Look up Time Lord Rassilon. I'll have some new updates for my Doctor Who art. And I'm working on the Topps Trump card right now as we speak. I've already done some templates, so I'll be putting those out there as well. People want to download them.
Wow.
They'll
So
be free.
you actually did them.
I'm working on them right now. Yep. I'm doing the Time War. So I'm doing the Time Lords and I'm doing the Daleks. That's it. That's all I'm doing right now.
Wow.
But some of it's art I've already done. I'm just putting it into a card format, but some of it will be new art, Daleks, the Dalek Emperor. I'm going to cover the young master when he was a kid with the War Doctor. I mean, there'll be some really cool gems there as far as but it'll be just like the Topps Trump card game.
I wouldn't even mind. That was just an idea that was batted around on this channel by who was it? I don't know who came up with the truck. Oh, probably wasn't it Lee? Yeah.
I owe him 10%. He said.
Yeah. I think we all owe Lee. Jesus Christ, man. It's on the new intro for this channel. I don't know if you've seen it earlier on, but you'll see it now in a few minutes. But he put this whole thing together for me. The artwork that we use now, that's all Lee as well. So yeah, again, Lee, thank you very much. Adam, it's been a pleasure having you on. Can't wait to have you on for the classic one. Super John, it's been a pleasure as well. Daniel, as always, a pleasure. Part of the fun. Can't believe you don't watch me videos. I thought I was your number one YouTuber, but obviously I'm not anymore. So yeah, you're Geek Union. I'm only messing Daniel. No, oh, just I'm joking with you. But no, watch me Billy Piper video. I'll be disappointed. I'm only messing. And Geek Union, thanks very much for Titanic film watch-alongs would be great. Just not the 1997 film. I do like A Night to Remember and those other Titanic movies, but A Night to Remember is probably the best one. So I'll do that. I love Titanic. Actually, Race the Titanic was a good one as well.
Oh yeah, that's a good one as well with Dirk.
Yeah.
Might do that as well. Yeah, so I've been getting loads of suggestions in the private chat as well. We have This Is England as well. I've seen there. Super John, Back to the Future. We'll definitely do Back to the Future. Bit of Red Dwarf there. What else have we got? Children of Men. I love that movie actually. As I said, This Is England, Quartermass, and The Pit. What else have we got? Sarah Jane Adventures, as we said, and I think that's all in the private chat there. Yeah, definitely not the 1997 Titanic movie. Well, it's not bad, except for all the romance crap and the fact that Rose actually let him, she let him go after saying she wouldn't. So she's a bit of a hypocrite. There's a toxic female there. There was plenty of room on that door. She could have saved him, but no, she was being selfish, and she saved herself. And then she
damn rich people.
And by the way, just to add insult to injury, she went off. She ended up having a family, so she ended up with another man. She ended up having kids, and then ended up riding horses. And then when she became an old woman, then she felt a bit guilty. Who gives a shit?
Right.
Yeah.
Just didn't like the romance part, but the rest of it is actually quite good. The ship splitting up, that's good. That's great. But yeah, listen, I could do and watch. Says Matthew. Sorry. Listen, we'll do loads. I don't know if we'll be able, because it's on YouTube already, if I'm actually able to screen share actually Blake 7 while I'm doing it, and I have it up on the actual screen while I'm watching it, because it's actually already up on YouTube. I don't know if you can actually do that. I will look into that and see if that's even possible. If that's the case, then that's how I'll do it. I'll put it up on the screen and we can watch it. Because it's on YouTube already, I don't know if it actually, once I don't monetize the stream, I should be okay though. I just won't, obviously, won't be able to monetize them if I do them. But if I could do them that way, I will do them that way. Because again, it's not all about monetizing the streams either. You know what I mean? So
you know what I think would be a great idea? If we do the reviews on all of the Children in Need specials for Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we'll have to do. Yeah, actually, I never thought of that. We'll actually have to include them at some. Yeah, you're right. We'll have to include them because, yeah.
I mean, some of them are god awful, but
some of them are actually good. No, but some of them are actually good. And actually, that reminds me as well. We could do some of the, because remember, especially during Moffat's era, there was a lot of mini sods or webby sods that were also done.
Yeah.
So we could do them as well.
One of my favorite was the one with Smith and River Song, and it was that night, and there was two doctors. Oh my god!
Yeah,
that was so funny.
Yeah,
I loved that.
Yeah, I did like that one. I have to be honest. Right, that's it, folks. I'm gonna definitely go now. I think we covered everything. I'm glad you all enjoyed tonight's stream. We will be back. What's it? Tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what I'm actually doing tomorrow. I'm sure something will turn up tonight. Because as you all know, use ourselves. It's still without, because I don't want to go into a big thing here because I want to live. But obviously Twitter hasn't calmed down. So I'm sure something will blow up and I'll have something to talk about. And there will be some Doctor Who news as well. Because Rabbi wasn't on tonight, we're going to get Rabbi on tomorrow. Hopefully I can squeeze him in tomorrow. If he's not, I know he does his own live stream, so I have to see if he's actually live streaming tomorrow. So I'll get in touch with him after this and see what the story is. Because I'm actually bummed that he couldn't join us. And he actually wasn't in the chat either, which is unusual. So I hope he actually is all right. Because he probably won't want, if it was something that's happened in his country, obviously he's not going to tell us. He'd just tell us it's an electrical thing because you don't want to, You don't want to broadcast and sort of stuff. But I hope if you are listening, Rabbi, I hope you're okay, man. And if you can stream tomorrow, I'll obviously text you though. But if you're listening, if you can stream tomorrow, let me know, man. Because it was kind of, you know, it was a great stream, but we do like your your
analysis.
your presence is infectious, and it was missed. It was
Yeah.
missed. It was missed. But we had a great panel: Mega Geek, Daniel, Super John, and Adam. And of course, she's had me as host, and I just keep waffling on. So I'm going to leave now before I waffle on any further and wreckies our heads. So listen, stay safe, look after yourselves. Everybody in the chat, me moderators, by the way, especially a big shout out to me moderators, because I know you've had to deal with a bit of rubbish in the chat earlier. Thank you very much. And to everybody else that contributed with super chats, I really appreciate that as well. And to all you other guys in the chat that have actually left a message as well, I really do appreciate that as well. And I've got all your suggestions, so we'll get busy on them over the next couple of weeks and months. And I also want to do the David Tennant and Michael Sheen stage thing as well. Might do a watch along, which is with that as well. They're only 20-minute episodes, so I could even do pre-records with some people. If you are interested, let me know. Actually, yeah, if there's anybody in the chat that's interested in doing staged with me, it was a show that Michael Sheen and David Tennant did. The 20-minute episodes, 6 episodes, I think. If you are interested, to get in touch with me, and we'll do some pre-records. Yeah. We might do 2 a day, but do them as separate episodes, if you get me, and then throw them up then. So if anybody is interested, let me know. Thanking you. Right. He's off to take his night out. I'm off to have something to eat. That I'm talking about Lee in the chat, just in case anybody is wondering. The rest of the panel are going to go off and do what they're doing. I think Daniel's going to go off and kill a few J-bots. I think Geek Union's just going to go to bed because poor old stomach, he needs a rest. Super John, and he's Scottish, so
I'm probably going to watch another Doctor Who. So.
That's what, say, it typical Scottish fella, like myself, Doctor Who. See, we're at been doing Doctor Who now. That's what I do. I watch the new Who one with you guys, right? When I finish, then onto the laptop with and I'll watch a classic story, and then I'll do something else. Yeah, but a classic story now. I don't know. I might watch the Faceless ones again.
I don't have the Faceless ones. I used to have the one that was released in for the 35th anniversary. It came on the video.
Yeah, Rabbi sent it to me. Rabbi sends me all the, when he gets the new animations, he's able to send them to me. So I'll see if there's a way I can get it to you. And if I can get it to you, I'll send it to you. Yeah.
No bother at all.
You can get it. You can choose. You can have the black and white version, or you can have the color version.
Mm-hmm. Or I might get a copy off eBay and get it sent.
Yeah, well, I mean, for now, if you want to, I mean, I'm sure Rabbi is always saying that there's some stuff that you haven't got. He has no problem of sending it to you through Google, Google Drive or something. So you know,
I've lost a lot of my videos, but they went into storage when I moved house.
Yeah,
and they get the dampness got into the tapes.
And yeah, that's the
end for them. But
that's the end.
Some of them have survived, and they're about 25 years old.
Yeah. That's fantastic. You still have videotapes that are still working to this day, because a lot of them aren't, unfortunately. And I do love VHS. I love the smell of that's another conversation actually for another day. But I love the smell of a video player and the smell of a tape. There's something about film. It is. It just, I don't know what it is. Even when you put a videotape in, you felt more connected or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's just the way we were back then, I suppose. But yeah, right. I'm done. I'm
Right.
done. Right.
A bit of a
John,
nostalgia.
Adam, listen, pleasure having you on. I can't wait to have you on the classic Face of Evil. And if there's any of your artwork that's in relation to Face of Evil or inspired by Face of Evil, you can get it up and get for next week if you want, and throw it up there, and we can show people your artwork as well while we're watching the actual story.
Sure. Yeah. I've got some sketches that was based off of the serial that I can put up.
Oh,
The
that's
mountain.
cool. Yeah, that's fantastic. So there you go, something for you to look forward to next week as well. Right, guys, we're definitely off now. Right, I've said goodbye to everybody now, haven't I? And yeah, I just want to make sure I have, haven't I? Again, moderators, thank you, and everybody in the chat, and everybody that support me with a super chat. And yeah, I think that's everybody, isn't it? Yeah, good night.
Yeah.
I'll leave you with this new. What? Say that again, Super John.
Good night, everyone.
Oh, good night. Good night.
Good
Good night, everyone.
I hope you like this trailer. This was obviously for Adam, obviously, because you I don't know if you've seen it, but this was created by Lee, who obviously gave you the trump card idea. So this is his trailer now that I'm playing. He designed this for the channel. So yeah, just hold on. Just something I forgot to do. We like, share, and subscribe. Change that there. There you go. Hosted by me very self there, and there you go. Just give myself a bit of a plug. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you haven't, I'd say why haven't you? It's a crime to humanity. Subscribe. Right, here it is. See you later. Have a good one. Stay safe and all of that. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.